What's going on? Raen'd from Raen'd Plays. Today we're actually doing the first episode of the Raen'd podcast, and joining me here today we have Binary Fate. Say hi.
Hello guys, glad to be here.
Yes, but Binary Fate is my friend Michael. He streams over on Twitch every now and again. He's just getting started, so go over there, guys. Follow him on Twitch, and definitely keep an eye out on his stuff. But no. So how you been doing today, Michael?
Pretty good, trying to work and have fun at the same time, so.
Yeah, this is like the first thing I've been able to do in quite a bit because of work and stress and everything else.
You've been going through quite a few schedule changes lately.
Yeah, trust me. This one I plan on keeping, though, unless I had an interview for another job yesterday. But we'll see how that goes. It'll still be third shift either way.
Or maybe you'll get famous off your first podcast and you'll never have to do that again.
Yeah, that'd be nice, But right now I'm about 892 subscribers away from making money on YouTube.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone who subscribed, by the way. I appreciate it. But no, Michael. Whoop. What did you say?
You all right there?
Yeah,
nothing. I said I'm on that list.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about video games in this episode more than our lives, or it might change the further we go into this. But no, Michael. So I seen you jumped on PlayStation a couple of days ago, and I seen you playing Death Stranding.
Oh, yes. Have you gotten it?
No, I've heard mixed reviews. That's why I'm asking on this one.
All right. So, it has mixed reviews, and from what I heard, in my opinion, it's kind of the same. Like, people outside of America love it. People in America don't, because it ain't a shooting game. You do a lot of walking around. It's kind of like a typical Kojima game.
Yeah.
It's a movie you play. So, definitely, I think my first 2 hours of it, I maybe actually played 10 minutes, and the rest of it was cutscenes. But I loved it because they were great cutscenes.
There's a bunch of games that
and I'm
actually
sure
have
anybody who's played Metal Gear Solid 4 definitely knows what that's all about.
Yeah, because we all know no one played Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, dude, I tried. I didn't beat it. I tried.
I gave it an attempt
Once they started
myself.
just rehashing missions, I was like, no, I can't do this. I wanted to like it.
Yeah,
I don't blame Kojima though. He's good.
Yeah, he's trying to innovate how video games work. I was looking at more of like interviews other people did with him, and he did an interview in Europe, and he basically said that the American audience is not getting his ideas of how he thinks he can innovate video games in a different style. And he was also saying, like, basically the video I watched the video. I didn't actually read the article. The video I was watching was basically titled that he thinks that America isn't smart enough to understand his ideas.
I don't want to disagree with them.
I mean,
the thing is, and this is very slight spoilers, not really, just kind of like gameplay mechanics, is you're not really seeing other people in the game, but you're helping other people, like the things you lay down, and you can leave signs and everything, and when people interact with those things or you help them out, they give you likes, and that's pretty much it. It makes you feel good because you're helping out other people and all that, and some people are just selfish and they're like, this ain't for me. But hey, when you're putting down a ladder to help somebody cross the stream, and then you get like 600 likes out of it, you're like, oh yeah, people like me. It makes you feel a little good about yourself.
So it's basically the liking simulator on like Facebook.
Yes, or it's the liking simulator combined with FedEx, because you're running around doing deliveries. But it gets really fun. You gotta manage your balance and all that stuff. It's an interesting game, that's for sure.
Now my computer's going off like crazy here. I gotta actually mute something real quick.
Oh no!
I forgot to mute Facebook.
And the first technical hiccup of the podcast begins.
Yeah, well, we say the first technical hiccup of the podcast, but they didn't get to see like the 3 hours we spent.
Yeah, this
Getting
was
ready.
actually supposed to start at 5. Judging by how we were over an hour late, it it was a little bit of a rough start.
Okay, well, I didn't wake up till 5. Okay, it was a
Yeah.
really rough night at work last night. So,
Oh yeah, I get it. Hopefully, hopefully you're not too tired to deliver some exciting and entertaining content.
well, we all know me when it comes to exciting and entertaining content.
Was that supposed to mean, is that a jab at yourself there?
Yeah. I don't deny that I need to up my game when it comes to my channel.
So, talking about like American gamers being different and everything. So I'm not big on the shooters, which I'm sure you're aware of. You're more of the shooter type of guy. What was it? I remember one of these, was it Call of Duty, recently announced that they're not going to have a certain mode available to, what was it, PlayStation or Xbox for like a year?
That would be I don't remember if it was Call of Duty, but they do exclusivity things with PlayStation, so it's probably they won't have it on the Xbox for about a year. Which
Yeah, and people were outraged because it's not, oh, this skin or that. It was an entire game mode just gone.
yeah, and when you think of it
Game
that
mode
way,
just gone.
yeah. Sorry, I clicked a button there. That was the second thing. But no, when you think of it that way as a game mode, and that it's going to take an entire year, and that Call of Duty releases a new game every single year, would that
Absolutely,
game
yeah.
mode even be viable when it comes out on
Yeah,
the Xbox?
yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be. It's like Call of Duty is now the NFL of shooters. Is, I don't
Yeah,
know, it's pretty much almost like the same game every year, just slight tweaks. And I feel like by not including that game mode, you're like alienating the entire audience on that platform, which is probably their goal. I'm sure PlayStation or whoever paid them a lot of money to do that.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of just how it goes with PlayStation and Activision in general.
Hmm.
It wasn't just Call of Duty that was doing exclusive deals. When Activision had to write to Destiny, they were doing exclusive deals for Destiny, but it was never on the scale of an entire game mode.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a little ridiculous, but honestly, since Destiny has moved away from Activision and now just in the hands of Bungie alone,
It's gotten
Destiny
a lot
itself
better.
has gotten a million times better.
Didn't Destiny 2 recently go free on something?
Yeah, it is Destiny 2's main game, and I think the first 3 or 4 DLCs is free on every system now.
Huh. See, I had someone besides you. You're always one of those people trying to get me to play it. I'm like, nah, nah. I'm like what, a year, 2 years late now?
It doesn't matter.
I'm too far behind.
You start off at 750 power now too, which is the
I
minimum.
don't even know what that means.
It's basically
That's how
your,
far behind I am.
it's your level essentially.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, it's strange that they're giving so much of that content away for free. I'm guessing. Well, the plan is to try and get people hooked, and then eventually they'll buy those expansions and everything. But might be too little, too late. I know they kind of had a rough start, and not a lot of people liked it at the beginning. Like they kind of overhyped what it was going to be. Had a lot of work to do to get there.
yeah, I mean, when it looks at one of Destiny's main modes, which is their PvP mode, the Crucible, it has gone through a complete rework in the beginning of last season, and is now had another complete rework this season.
Yeah,
So they're still trying to
which
get some
there's a
of
lot
the
of
kinks
big
figured out.
changes.
Well, yeah, when they swapped over from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, the whole like interface changed. You didn't have like certain types of guns being restricted to certain weapon slots. Now I can have a sniper in all 3 slots instead of just having one sniper, an AR, and a
They'll
rocket
have like a
launcher.
bolt action sniper rifle. You shoot one shot, you pull out your other one. It's always faster. Switch to your secondary, your other sniper rifle.
Now in Destiny, that's not always true to switch faster. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
some guns have a insane reload speed,
Yeah.
so it's
So
maybe not faster.
yeah. But yeah, you've always been kind of the shooter type, and I never was. It's weird because sometimes I feel like out of place in the American culture of types of games. Like you give me Animal Crossing, I'll play that thing until my hands bleed. That's my kind of game. Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon, stuff like that. It's fun. I like the ability to like go out and do whatever I want, or just like RPGs in general. Like Breath of the Wild was amazing, man.
Okay, I can't deny Breath of the
I'm not
Wild,
sure if you.
amazing game. It was
Yeah.
not. It was different, which threw me off
Hmm.
at first when I started playing it because I'm not used to a Legend of Zelda game being in that style.
Yeah.
But it kept to like its originality on some of the things. But the
Hmm.
biggest catch I had with it, and it drove me nuts, is I didn't know how to get to the Master Sword. I
Like you
had to
couldn't
look
make
it.
it through the woods.
I had to look it up to figure out where it was.
Ah.
I
I
went
can't
through the woods
remember. I
myself.
think I just stumbled upon it when I was just out adventuring because I wanted to cover every inch of that map when I was playing.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it was good, but I just
mhm.
never got to like after I beat like Ganon, there was like the main Ganon. I wasn't like there was nothing to keep me to wanting to keep playing like the rest of the areas though.
Yeah, I feel like that's like every Zelda game though, because you can go and fight Ganon, and then once you do, you know how it like reloads your save right there. But you're like, I've already saved the world. What am I gonna go do now?
Yeah, but with it being like that style of game, I feel like they could have had something more afterwards, like that you could have done. Which I know it's on the
Yeah,
Switch, so I'm not shouldn't expect too much of a amazing thing,
man,
but
dude, the Switch is amazing. Don't be bashing the Switch now.
I'm not bashing the Switch. I'm just bashing it as it's not as strong as like its competitors, like the PlayStation and the Xbox at the moment.
Yeah,
It
but
has its own nice
yeah, it has
features.
its own. Yeah, it has its own market. But the thing is, I played the Outer Worlds recently and beat it, and I think it's just like our mentality because Outer Worlds kind of does the same thing. When you beat it, it loads your save right before you beat the last stuff, and then you're there and you're like, well, I still have all these side quests and stuff I can go do, but you're like, why am I going to do it? The game I already know how it ends and everything. Uh, but I feel like if you push through and do all that stuff ahead of time, maybe that won't overcome you. But my problem is I'm not sure if you do the same. Like my time's so limited that I'll be playing a game, I'll get distracted by something, like stuff's going on in life, and the next thing you know, you're like, I never finished that game. Now I got to start over if I want to play, and it's kind of like a little bit overwhelming. So I feel like I kind of have to rush through games sometimes, or I will never complete them.
I'm not gonna lie, I just had my second technical difficulties on the stream.
Come on, Andrew, you got to keep up the banter, man.
Well, when we were all going through our little thing of setting this up, I opened up your Twitch channel
Hmm.
on my like app on my computer, and I
Yeah.
was sitting there. I'm like, why can I hear him twice?
Oh, so people have been hearing some echoes this entire time, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So I muted the Twitch thing. I can still see your page and everything, but I did mute. I
Well,
did end up muting it. So
well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm recording mine, and I think it should work just fine, in case you need it for YouTube. Although you could just use my audio. I have my background. I have YouTube up in case we need it and stuff.
yeah, say I have it. Excuse me. I have it set up where I can use YouTube and stuff. But right now,
Mhm.
I have like that photo I went and quickly edited as like my placeholder for where my YouTube
Mhm.
screen would be. That's
Yeah.
what
See,
took
I
so
just
long.
I don't have a placeholder really or anything yet, so that I kind of just threw up YouTube as a background, so my big old face wasn't just taking up an entire screen. Nobody wants to look at that, trust me.
Yeah, me setting up everything. I honestly just letting everyone know didn't really plan this too far ahead. This podcast I just popped in my head like 2 days ago or yesterday. Or
I
2 days
say, yeah,
ago.
be honest, this was kind of planned within the last like 24 hours.
Yeah, so it kind of just got thrown
Yeah.
together, and
Yeah.
honestly, it's been I've been excited for trying to do it, which is more than I can say about a lot of my stuff I do on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually kind of cool to finally just be able to sit down and talk without having to, play a video game while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Which
So you said you were excited to do it, and you haven't been lately for the content on your channel. Why is that? Are you not playing games that you like? You're playing the kind of games that you think will get views, or what's going on with that?
Okay, so the biggest thing right now with how my channel is going is it's been the same content for a couple months now straight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I enjoy the content that I play, but I'm looking at my PlayStation right now. I know a lot of people, well, no one can really see it, but give me a sec. I'm going to make it to where people in my... never mind. That ain't going to work.
Technical difficulties number 3.
Yeah, but this ain't my fault this time. This is literally my Elgato crashing. But
Okay.
now I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, let's see what the content I have on my main dashboard of my PlayStation. There is one game on here that I'm excited to play, but I got to finish another game first. But
what game are you looking forward to?
Deltarune.
Did I throw you off there? What game is that?
Okay, so have you ever played Undertale?
Yes.
Love it. That was one of my favorite games I played probably within the last year.
Uh-huh.
Deltarune is made by the same person, and it's kind of like a sequel to Undertale.
All right.
So I think it came out in February, so I'm a little late to like the game, but it's chapter 1 of Deltarune, so they plan on making more. So I'm excited to see how it goes. The gameplay itself looks a little different. I've only seen like what the PlayStation shows, so I'm excited for that. But if I look at the rest of my stuff on my PlayStation, I have, and I'm not joking, the last game I played was Fortnite, because
Yeah.
it's Fortnite.
Well, and to be honest, being a little late to it isn't the end of the world. Because if you think about it, like when a game first comes out, everyone's streaming it. You're competing with everybody, and it's going to be hard to get those views and everything. And even as a viewer, I feel like you can't always watch a game when it first comes out. So it's kind of interesting to see those people who are like lagging behind on the time frame wise, so that you can still watch that content, especially if it's somebody you enjoy. You don't care exactly that they're playing the newest, hottest thing. You're just there for them.
Yeah, and I know a lot of this is a lot of it for me is that when I get a game, I play it first. I don't want to watch someone play it, because then that ruins the game for me when I'm playing it.
Yep,
So,
same thing.
Like, I don't know if it's out today or tomorrow, the new Pokemon game for Switch. I'm going to be playing it, because I get a paycheck in the morning. So I'm going to go out and buy
I'm not
it.
sure either. And that's the thing, man. When I was younger, I used to love the Pokemon games. We both played. We traded Pokemon to each other and everything. And I don't know. I feel like Pokemon, they try, but time and time again they fail to innovate. Like they don't really make any big changes or anything. You remember like not Coliseum. What was the one where you used to catch the shadow Pokemon and everything? It was on like GameCube.
That was Coliseum. Yeah.
Was it Coliseum?
Yeah, you're thinking.
Damn
I think
it.
the one you were thinking of was Stadium, which I get confused with
Yes,
Coliseum all
not
the time.
Stadium, not the one on 64. Coliseum on GameCube. Those are interesting games, and they don't do that anymore. And even beyond that, the Mystery Dungeon games, I loved those. Now they discontinued them, and a piece of my heart went away with them. But it would be nice to see some of that content like come back. But I feel like they pretty much they have a formula down that lets them print money, and they don't really want to change it.
Yeah.
They're cashing on that nostalgia, you know?
Yep. And now this new one, there's a lot of controversy over it, with a lot of people actually kind of boycotting buying the game in
why is
general.
that?
Because, and I know this might sound stupid to you, but to a lot of people it means a lot. Not to me. I don't really give a crap.
Okay.
But it won't have every Pokemon ever made in it.
Okay, so
It won't have the National Pokédex in it, and it will only feature, and I quote, 400 out of like the 700 to 800 Pokemon that are going to be out.
And you know what? Back in my day, we had 151 Pokemon and we liked it.
Back in the day when the
We
game came
didn't
out,
complain.
I thought
Yeah.
151 was too much.
Yeah, you're like, how am I ever going to catch all these things?
And now there's over 800.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
like,
you know the thing, I I haven't looked into it, but is it kind of like the old games where you can trade your Pokemon up into them?
I mean, it's
So
been
can
that
you?
way up until this point. I mean,
So you can't get the old Pokemon at all. Then is what you're
yeah,
saying?
they're sprites, nothing's in a game. I mean, they only put
Oh,
400 of them into it because they don't. Like they said, they added a lot of new features into this game. I mean,
yeah.
it's still the same style Pokemon game, but they've
Mhm.
changed things. Like now, you don't have to go to a Poke Center to access your Pokemon, like your storage of your other Pokemon. You want a
Okay,
Pokemon,
that's
you're out on the
interesting.
road, you can just swap it. So,
Huh?
but that, in my opinion,
Yeah.
defeats the purpose of. Well, I got to go to a Poke Center now because you just throw it in the box and pull it back out, and now you have a fully healed Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I'm wondering how like the Elite Four
Man,
style thing's
they're
gonna
making
go.
it just making it easier. Not that it was the most challenging to begin with, but
And I know a controversial statement that a lot of people are gonna hate is I liked Pokemon Go, Pokemon Let's Go. There we go.
Pokemon Let's Go.
I,
I didn't play it, but I didn't get really big into Pokemon Go in general. Like I played it when it first came out for that first month or so, and then it kind of died off for me.
yeah, but I had one big flaw with Pokemon Let's Go, and that it
What's that?
was I didn't like the fact that you didn't battle Pokemon unless you were fighting a trainer.
Did you not?
No,
That is an
you
interesting
encountered a
concept.
Pokemon in the wild, you threw a ball
Oh,
at it.
and that's all you did.
Yes, but you actually had like to use like rather your Switch controller or you buy like a the bundle that had like the Pokeball looking thing, and you had to swing
Hmm.
your arm to throw the ball, which I thought was kind of cool that you could actually swing your arm to throw the ball, but you didn't have to weaken it first or anything. That's the only flaw I've seen with the game. Now
So,
there is another
as I
feature
say,
that,
wouldn't you argue that's them bringing over the features from Pokemon Go? They're trying to
yeah,
capture those same fans.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
why they did it. That's why it was Let's Go, is because
yeah,
they wanted that to be more of a
that fan
contour.
base.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But the features that they're bringing, another feature like that previous feature with the PC, that was in Let's Go. That's where it originally came from.
Hmm.
But now they're bringing in another feature from Let's Go that I'm personally a fan of, and I know a lot of people think it kind of ruins the fact of um, RNG. Is that they're making it where
Hmm.
you don't just encounter Pokemon randomly in grass. You'll be able to see each Pokemon in the grass.
Okay, see, I actually like that. I remember seeing that feature. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's going
I
to be
like the
interesting.
overworld sprites and being able to encounter them. I on that topic, I like the old Pokemon games where you'd actually have some kind of Pokemon following behind you. What was that? Heart Gold and Soul Silver, right?
I think that might have been where it originated, but a lot of games recently in Pokemon have actually implemented where you can do that. But I think
Hmm.
I don't know because I didn't really play Sun and Moon, but I don't know if it has that in it. But there was one game that actually removed most of that feature unless you were in a certain area, and then you could only have certain
Hmm.
ones follow you, which
Ah, okay.
sucked because no one wanted to go to that area just to see their Pokemon.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I guess that feature started in yellow because Pikachu followed you.
Yes. And after that, it kind of disappeared forever.
Yeah, and then it came back for
It
a little
was,
bit. It was in like full mode in one game where any Pokemon you had would work.
yeah.
And then I mean in Let's Go
What
they have it fully in there too, so
yeah. And I know everybody says this, but I am ready for an open world like Pokemon RPG. Like
yeah.
I want to go and make it an MMO or something. Like let me run down the street to your house, Andrew, and kick your butt with my Pikachu. That's what I want.
See, a lot of people want that. And it gets
Yeah.
brought up at Game Freak, and I don't remember who's the owner of Game Freak, but he has officially said that every time he hears
Will not
someone
happen.
brings that
Wait for it
up,
to come.
he laughs at it because he
And why is
said
that? Did he
it
give a
is
reason?
actually impossible to actually set that up.
It is not impossible because they had that hacked version on PC forever ago. Do you remember? Did you ever play that?
No, I have not actually played it, but I
Yeah, there was.
ugh.
Mhm.
He kills me when he says it's impossible because it's like I see games that go way out of their way and make it where that's possible, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, it
Oh,
it
and
is not impossible at all. Maybe your developers and the skill set you have doesn't make it possible for you, but there are people with the talent and the technology exists where you can make that happen. Saying it is impossible, that's crazy.
but I've actually just remembered more of what it was. I think
Mhm.
more, and I got to correct myself on this one. I think what he said was that if you took every region of the game and put it into one game, it would be impossible. But then again, it's
Yeah,
like
well,
I see
I'd
World of
still say no.
Warcraft. I would use like World of Warcraft for an example. It
Mhm.
has a massive map. There's multiple
Yeah.
areas you can go, multiple like islands and stuff. If you made an
hmm
MMO of Pokemon that was like that, I'd pay a
hmm
monthly subscription fee to keep up with it. I don't care.
Yeah, just make a Pokemon MMO, and you can do expansions where you add new regions, new Pokemon, all that. Just do it like every other MMO. It is not impossible, and people would throw money at you.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a chance to have an MMO for Pokemon and just go nuts with it, I would easily take it because
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I'm too big of a nerd to not say, "Oh, I'm not going to play
Yep.
Pokemon."
Right? There's many of us that will, especially if they like make it on the Switch or something where you can take it around with you.
Oh my gosh, if they did
That'd
that,
be
that would
amazing.
be. I'd be like, "Here, take
Yep.
my money."
There goes all your breaks at work.
Yep. I mean, technically, probably not, but I don't
Mhm.
like to bring expensive stuff to work.
That's reasonable. I
Yeah.
work with expensive stuff. The Switch would be the cheap thing in the room.
Well, I mean, technically, me too, but I'm not allowed to bring anything out to where I work, so I'd have to keep it in
Yeah.
the cafeteria. And
Yeah, that thing's gonna walk off.
yeah, I mean, people still lunch the people's
hmm
lunches, so I'm not going to, just sit there and be like, oh, I'm bringing in my $200-300 game system. No one touch it.
hmm Yep.
And I
So,
need.
are there any games that you're looking forward to lately besides I forget what you said it was, the Undertale like sequel. I forget the name of it already.
Deltarune, but I mean, I got the chapter one downloaded for that. I'm really
Yep.
excited for Pokemon to come out. And
Yeah.
there's something else coming next year. And oh yeah, now I remember. And you might not care for it, but it's
So,
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
is
It,
it going to be just another Dragon Ball Z fighting game?
it's gonna be a fighting game, yes, but it's
You said yes
it's
with so much enthusiasm there.
it's more of a the storyline like
hmm
reworked into a video game, like the actual. If you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, you can play this game's campaign
hmm
and it will literally look almost like frame to frame of the actual anime itself, which is
Yeah.
what I'm more
So
looking
so
forward to.
the thing is like every so often I get excited for these fighting games, and then I play like 30 minutes of it and I'm like, "Oh yeah, they're not that good." Like remember recently on PlayStation I bought the one where it has One Piece and all of them in there?
Yeah, that game.
It was not very good at all.
Yeah, I keep seeing them like we're adding
But
this new character, and I'm sitting there like,
yeah,
did you fix the gameplay?
no. But I did like that most recent Dragon Ball Z one where you can make your own characters and stuff. I just like being able to create my own Dragon Ball Z characters. That's the win-win for me. And
Yeah,
Android, what is it? 19? What's the pink one?
21.
21. Yeah, Android 21 just got my heart. Ugh.
Okay, well, we're gonna put it this way:
What's that?
can you make your own in fighters character in fighters? Because that's where Android 21's from. But the game that I
Yeah,
know that you can make your own character is Xenoverse 2.
so I might be getting them confused. I know Xenoverse 2 you can make your own character, and I also played Fighters recently. I can't, not recently,
Um,
whenever it came out. And I don't know if you could make your own character in it.
Yeah,
I just remember Android 21. She stole the show for me.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. She did kind of make the storyline for fighters a lot better. Not gonna lie on that. But no, I don't think you can make your own character technically in fighters. So you're probably thinking of that one being Xenoverse 2, which character creation in that was okay.
Yeah, it's about as good as you're gonna get for a Dragon Ball game. I feel like.
It's like, hey, you want this outfit for your character? Play for 8 hours,
Yeah.
or grind this one
Well,
mission out
that's
for 2.
that's it. Yeah, I was like, I feel like that's most games nowadays. It's like, do you want this? You can play for 20 hours and then you'll finally save up enough coins to unlock it, or you can just give us $10.
Yeah,
Because that's them. They're fishing for that money now. Need it.
yeah. A lot of people are all just like, we'll pay the $10. I don't want to waste that time. I'm like,
Right.
you're gonna waste that time anyways. That $10 could have went for food or money towards another game. Why are you spending it on this something you can earn?
Some of us don't eat, Andrew. We waste our money on other dumb things.
Trust me, I eat. But no, I mean, and I don't know if you've seen, we're talking about spending money on things here. I don't know if you've seen how Call of Duty's not saying they're not going to put in loot boxes to this game.
They absolutely are. That has become their thing. They love loot boxes, and they're going to continue to love loot boxes until it's like made illegal at some point. I'm not swayed either way. I don't care if it's legal or not legal. I see both sides of the argument, but unless it's illegal, they're going to put them in there. It makes them too much money.
Yeah, they made a statement on this one, just like, we're not going to put loot boxes in our game. But then you look at the last game that they released, they also were like, oh, look, there's no loot boxes. And then, like,
they're loot crates.
like 3 months into it, they put loot boxes in it.
Yep.
So it's just
they're just going to come up with some other name for it, or just tweak the mechanisms a little bit where they can be like, look, it's something different.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to, like, cosmetics and stuff, would you rather have a loot box or where you can spend $20 to purchase the cosmetic?
So, I'm of mixed opinion on it. I guess I would say that I'm kind of nostalgic about the old days where you got a full game with all the stuff already there and you could just unlock it by doing secret stuff or playing for long enough where you didn't have to spend any money. Because I feel like they make it so if you're going to unlock it or you're going to get a loot box, you have to play for so long nowadays. Like, you only get one loot box for every time you level up until a certain level. Then you get one loot box every other level. Like, they try and increase that time to where it's not worth the effort. Like, you're not going to get that special holiday skin or whatever unless you put in the money. So,
oh my gosh, whoever's downstairs,
yeah,
dogs up.
Like, it's I guess depending on how you look at it, it's nice that they're giving people the opportunity to not miss out on it, but they're the ones who created the opportunity for people to miss out on it at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to, like, argue that for this game, but Fortnite, I feel like, has kind of done it better than everyone else, in my opinion. Because it's like,
Why is that?
Well, if you buy the Battle Pass,
Okay.
and this is starting on this season. I don't think it was this way last few seasons. But if you buy the Battle Pass, you can. It's 950 other in-game, like, credit things.
Okay, which is about $10 or so, right?
Yes. So you buy it, but when you, if you get to the max level, you get 1,500 of those.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more than enough to get the next season's Battle Pass and still have some left over.
Yeah.
You can use that
You
leftover.
gotta put in a lot of hours to do that, though.
You do, but to get to most people when they get the Battle Pass want to get to the max level anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So they play a lot anyways, and then you got next season's free, plus that extra 550 that you can use on cosmetics and stuff if you want.
Yeah.
So for $10, you get the rest of essentially the rest of the game's battle passes plus 550 every single season that you play.
As long as you put in the hours, which is their ultimate goal. That's why they put that there because they want you to continue playing the game. It's they're enticing you to do so.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
it's not bad.
no,
The
not at
game
all.
itself made me struggling, in my opinion, for doing things
But
right. But
at the same time, does Fortnite do loot boxes? I'm not big on Fortnite, so I'm not sure.
they don't do
Or is it you just buy the skin you want?
they don't do loot boxes in the battle royale mode. They do in the save the
Okay.
world mode, but
Yeah.
not in the battle royale mode.
Which I don't. Yeah, nobody plays as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play it, but I have it because I mean, why not? I get free
I
stuff.
I remember when Fortnite was originally announced. I think, or like it came out in Game Informer. I think we were still back in high school and everything, and I was excited for it. They said it's going to be a co-op 4-person team where you build a fort at nighttime, and then every morning you got to fight a horde of zombies and protect yourself, then go out for resources and stuff. And I was like, that sounds awesome. That's exciting. Then it came out. It was and they made the battle royale mode because they shifted at the end because Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. And they're like, oh man, we can make money with this. And I feel like I got cheated out of the game I wanted to play. It didn't actually come to fruition at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's the save the world mode, in my opinion, is not much different than it was at the beginning. Yeah, they keep adding like a couple weapons here and there, but I feel like overall Fortnite doesn't change like their mechanics too much. I mean, they do, but then people complain, and then it's back to the way it was before, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
When a developer makes a thing,
They flip flop too much.
and I just wish people would stop yelling in the background. I heard that through my mic. But no, when a developer constantly is just changes their stuff because too many people say, "Oh, this is too. We don't like this. We don't like this. We don't like this," and they never switch their stuff because no one's willing to adjust to a new gameplay. I don't like it. I mean, it's like you as a team decided this is a good idea. Let's put this in the game, and
Yeah, exactly.
some part of the community is like, but that changes the whole mechanic of the game. Like, that's the point. That was their whole point
Yeah,
of
maybe
implementing that. But then they get crushed under the pressure of everyone just whining and complaining that they just change it back to the way it was. And that's been Fortnite for a while. And
But maybe that's what the developer was going for. Like you're saying, they want to shake up the gameplay and everything because it gets stagnant and people get bored. And the thing, I think the big one I remember you complaining about, they added in that sword.
Oh, I
the
didn't
next thing you
complain.
know,
I
everyone
loved
complained
it.
about it, and they took out the sword. Then people started complaining like, "Oh, the sword wasn't that bad," and then they put back in the sword. It's like, come on, guys, make up your mind. You're
Yeah.
designing this game. I'm sure you did plenty of play testing with the idea in house before releasing the sword or whatever. Stick to your guns. It's your game. The players will adapt. They're going to complain no matter what you do.
Exactly the point. It's like people need to. It's my opinion is people need to adapt to games.
Yeah. As like I remember back in our day, us old men here, a game would come out and these updates, these like day one patches and stuff were not a thing. If a game came out and it had some gun that worked a certain way, you just learned to use it. You got good with what you had. Like Halo. Halo has the sword in there, right? The plasma cutter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I just call it the sword.
All right, so it has the sword in there. I bet people would have been complaining about that. They would be like, "Oh, it's too powerful. You just run up and hit people." You know what? You learn your way around it, and it's not that bad. You just gun them down as they're running for you.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people would complain about that today, but then there would be something easy to counter or something like that. Just like, oh, someone's trying to run at me with a sword. I have a shotgun or I have a sniper
Yeah.
rifle. Both of them can one shot you just as well as that sword can,
Yep.
and they have range. But no one would complain about that sniper or that shotgun. They would just complain about the sword because the sword is like one shot. And there's only like one sword or something, like sword or one or two swords in a whole map of Halo. It's like People would complain about the thing that can be countered super easily,
And
but they won't complain about the
yeah,
thing that counters that at all.
yeah,
And that to me
exactly. And
makes
I
no
don't know.
sense.
Too much catering. People won't let the developers create their vision anymore. They always got something to complain about.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly which game it was when it was a game that was funded through Kickstarter within the last year, and this game was a lot of people liked the concept of the game, and I think people even got to try it out as it was being made. But they got a deal, exclusivity deal, if they would release their game on the Epic's game launcher, that Epic would actually help them make
I know what you're
it.
talking. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what game
And
it was.
they had so many backers, and everyone was excited to play the game before the whole special deal with Epic got announced, and then everyone started hating the game. Oh, it's horrible. Why are you going to team up with Epic? And it's like, I would just want to say, before Epic launched the launcher, or put out the launcher, launched the launcher, that's a interesting sentence
Yeah.
there. People loved Epic. They thought they were great, could do no wrong. I get it. The Epic launcher has some like poor consumer practices and everything. It's not perfect, but people also hated Steam when it first came out. It took Steam a while to get there, and I think Epic will eventually get there. Uh, they have a lot of work to do, but boycotting a game because they made an exclusive deal with whoever, that doesn't work. Like, if you look at consoles, there's exclusives all the time. You can only buy it on Xbox or only on PlayStation, you know? We deal with it. At least you don't have to go buy a separate computer that only runs Epic games.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but a big thing I think is that people just don't like Epic in general. That's why that started. It annoys
But
me
why?
though.
Since when? Why do people not like Epic anymore?
I apparently the launcher itself is like super buggy,
It
and
is.
I
But
don't
they
know
also
much
give
about
you
it because
like
I
a
don't use
game
it.
or two free every week,
Yeah,
which
I
is
mean,
which is a pretty good deal.
yeah, it's like, hey, do you want your launcher to work all the time, or would you rather just have free games? I want both,
Eh.
but I'll take the free games.
I don't know, man. I'll take free games. Here's the thing, though. Okay, you might have that one game you can only get through it. Nobody's complaining about uh my brain's not working now. Bethesda game, not Bethesda. Oh,
Thinking Blizzard.
why is my brain not working? Like WoW and all of that, and Overwatch just being on a certain launcher. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny.
Blizzard.
It's
Bam, my
themselves
word
was
just worked.
yeah, Destiny themselves was on the Blizzard launcher for a long time as well with that, and it was only on the
Yeah,
Blizzard launcher.
and
But
apparently everybody's okay with that. It's just Epic they're against, which, like I said, they got problems, but I think they'll get there.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they'll get there eventually. I think when it comes to PC gaming and why, honestly, I don't do it. I'm not used to mouse and keyboard. Another big thing that drives me nuts is right now on my computer I have 3 different game launchers, and I know there of a fourth one that I
Yeah.
could have installed. It's like on the PlayStation, if I want to access a game, I go to the PlayStation and turn it on, and that's it. The game's there. But if I'm on my PC, it's getting a little crazy about how many different launchers I have to figure out which the game's in.
All right, now I'll make the counter argument that a lot of times on these launchers, and I can't think of one that doesn't let you do it. You can go to the settings, hit a little checkbox that says put on desktop or whatever, or add to start menu. So you don't have to go to the launcher every time. You can just go and it'll load it up, you know?
Yeah, and I understand that. It's nice because I have a folder specifically right now for games that I play, and technically, I guess I have 4 games launchers on my computer. I forgot about the Microsoft one, but I have a folder specifically labeled games.
Yeah.
My desktop would get a little crazy with
And you
this
know,
on those, but the thing that
and
I
you
want
know,
to see
I
is a launcher
yeah, go ahead.
that connects all my launchers into one launcher.
No. No, this is not what we need. We don't need a launcher for our launchers. We're getting a little
No, I'm not
out of
talking
hand
about a
here
launcher
now.
for the launchers. I'm talking about a launcher that compiles all the games from my other launchers into just one, like,
So,
launcher where I can launch any game
people
from all of
complain
them.
about GeForce, but if you have a NVIDIA graphics card and all that, I think you can launch it just from your GeForce browser or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Uh, I never do it, so people don't get upset if I'm wrong on that. I might completely be wrong. I know it supposedly optimizes your games poorly also at the same time.
Ugh. But
But I'm actually a big supporter of Steam. I like Steam. I really enjoy that they have like the family sharing and everything now, where you can lend your library out to somebody as long as you're not playing that. That is perfect. And I wish everything did that. There's ways around it on like PlayStation and Xbox, but it's kind of a pain. And you really can only do it with one or two people. It starts getting out of hand. But Steam, the way they do it, it's nice. I like being able to share my library with the girlfriend and so on. Here's my cat Momo. Oh, other side. Say hi, Momo. That squeak. And now we have cat cam.
Yep, there's your cat.
So
Yeah, my mom got 2 cats recently, and I already
are
wanted
those
them.
your sisters? Did you adopt them?
No. Oh, you hear? She got a house, by the way.
I saw the post. Did she get that house with the boyfriend?
Yep. They're supposed to sign on
That's
it tomorrow, actually, is their closing date. So,
huh?
yeah.
Well, I wish them the best. I hope it works out well.
Yeah, me too, because he still don't have a job.
Yeah. Well, that's life, man.
Yeah.
You at a certain point you grow up, and I'm sure that point will come sooner rather than later. At least I hope so.
Yeah. Oh, so this might sound dumb because I know it won't work, but I thought of a stupid idea again last night
All right.
that might help grow my YouTube channel. And
All right. What's that idea?
It's gonna
Let's say it
it's about,
live on the air so someone else can steal it.
well,
I'm sure it's completely original.
people can try to steal it all they want. I don't really care about that because it ain't like something to do with the internet to promote my
All right.
channel. But basically, my thought process here is I've seen a lot of people do something similar to this, and one of the one of the animators I watch all the time actually did this idea. But I'm going to put in an application for trying to get my own panel at Youmacon next year.
Really?
Yep.
That is interesting. It might work. Make sure you hand out some cards and everything.
I'm actually going to try to have
Youmacon
T-shirts
seems-
made.
Yeah,
for that.
Youmacon seems fairly popular nowadays. I wonder if you'll actually be able to get a panel, and if you do, make it a podcast one so I can join in and hand out cards and T-shirts also. Please
Yeah.
and thank you.
I was gonna say either way, whatever style panel I feel like trying to put in for, I was going to see if you would like try to show up and be part of it as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I find that it's easier to kind of entertain when you have someone to hold a conversation with, and
Yeah,
doing it alone is difficult.
that's why honestly, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that's why a lot of my streams recently I have been enjoying less and less because I don't have really anyone that plays games with me. Unless I play certain games at certain times, and I'm like, I don't really want to play Ark on stream today. I don't want to play Fortnite today. It's like I don't feel like
the person
Ark
you
does
typically
good.
play with has a very select few games they like to play.
Don't worry. I mean,
A
lot of their
throw them
games.
underneath the bus a little bit. It's usually the games they're good at, and only those games.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, he does like more games that he's good at, and not that he's not good at. But he likes a lot of the games that I like too, which I'm not arguing with because it's nice to have someone to say, "Hey, you want to play Fortnite or something today, or you want to play you want to go back and play Call of Duty Infinite Warfare today? Because
Hmm.
it's nice. Because a lot of times when I play like that, he'll jump in and want to play it as well. So
Yeah. And that's the thing. I've seemed to kind of grow more into like indie style games, littler games uh like I told you that new Animal Battle Royale. I know I've been kind of hooked on those battle royales that aren't Fortnite lately. But that one, it's a free to play one. It seems entertaining. I was like, I kind of want to give that a shot. But uh yeah, stuff like that, or just even they have a lot of board games and stuff on the computer now. I'm like, yeah, I want to play some of those with people, get some banter going, and see if I can make a entertaining podcast or a video or two.
now, when you're talking about board games on the internet, what type of like games are you talking about? Like board game
Like
wise?
every game, you've played board games before.
Yeah, I know, but I was asking like I know it's you say board games, but I was thinking
Go
originally
to
my mind.
Tabletop Simulator on Steam. You're
Yeah,
gonna have to check that out after this stream.
I've seen
Get
it.
on Tabletop Simulator.
That's
Yeah, there's like there's a Binding of Isaac board game now. There's a board game for everything, man. What do you want to do? What is it? Secret Hitler.
I've you know it's funny because I've only recently heard of a game called Secret Hitler.
Dude, Secret Hitler is fun. I like any kind of game where I can deceive people,
You know
come
what's
out on
funny
top.
about the Secret Hitler thing? It's funny because I've only learned of Secret Hitler being a thing because of Jackbox Games created a similar style game to
Oh,
Secret
dude.
Hitler.
And see, that's another thing I would love to play on stream. Jackbox games, all day, any day. I feel like you need quite a few people. Like you probably need 4 or 5 people to kind of make it actually entertaining or so, though.
I'm not gonna lie. My honest thought when I started to stream, when I was thinking of the stream, was that if we had enough people, and this is why I was asking if we thought about like knew anyone else, is that if I could at least have 4 people, I thought about just having playing Jackbox games while we have the podcast.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing. It was kind of just poor timing today, but I know the girlfriend Sam. She'll get on if she's available. She had work tonight, but maybe next time she'll join and we could play some Jackbox games or something.
yeah,
Uh,
hopefully Mason
I
starts
know,
feeling better too.
I know
So,
Mason likes to play on the PlayStation more because he doesn't really have a PC. But
okay.
it's so much easier to stream from the PC, man.
I'm just gonna put this out there because I don't know if Mason's watching or not. You know my old PC?
Yeah,
I gave it to Mason.
you're gonna give it to Mason.
I already did. So
Then he has no excuse.
so he has a PC,
Yeah.
but I
So
don't know what
we'll have
he
to
ever
get him
did
hooked up
anything.
on that.
I don't know if he did something with it, like stole it, broke it, or whatever. I don't personally care
Yeah.
myself because I got my new one.
Yeah, he needs to get that up and running because it's just so much easier. Discord, you can have multiple people chatting, and you don't have to worry about capturing the different audio and stuff from the PlayStation.
And Discord
And
works better than the
if your splitter
PlayStation.
isn't good enough, it's staticky. It's just such a pain, man.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, Discord, the audio levels sound so much better than it does
Yeah,
on PlayStation. Even though
you
I'm
have
using
so
the
many
same
more settings you
mic.
can tweak.
Yeah, I'm using the same microphone that I would use while streaming on the PlayStation, and the audio to me that I can hear through my headphones sounds a million times better than if it was just
Yeah,
through the
because
PlayStation.
you're using a Blue Yeti, right?
Yes, I'm using a Blue Yeti at the moment.
Yeah, so they weren't they weren't made to be used with the PlayStation. The PlayStation doesn't exactly have the most cutting edge software, especially for audio transcribing and everything
Yeah.
like that, or audio encoding. Sorry. So yeah, it's definitely going to work better on the PC where you have your hardware acceleration and everything. It's just, I don't know, it's better, and nobody can argue that. I feel like.
Yeah, now I do have a question because if there's anyone that can help me with this issue, it's probably you.
All
'Cause
right,
you're
what is it?
smarter than me when it comes to this. My PC keeps having an issue, and I cannot figure out why it's doing it. But it just occasionally it'll freeze, like everything, not just like a browser or anything. It'll freeze for like 3 seconds.
Is there
And it just
anything
stops, and
in
then
your
it goes
task
back.
manager you see that's like jumping up and spiking your GPU or your CPU, or is it
I
overheating or anything like that?
It's definitely not overheating. That was the first thing I checked was the overheating. Then I have had Task Manager open and let it go for a while,
Hmm.
and I haven't seen anything spiking, which is what's been driving me
Even
nuts.
when it freezes?
Yeah, even like, well, I mean, when it freezes, nothing can be done. Like I can't
Hmm.
move a mouse, I can't do anything. But I haven't seen anything like levels go skyrocket or anything. But I think I
Weird. Off
also
the top of my head, I'm not sure.
I know another thing. It's probably because of this. Is I leave my computer on too much. So I just
Yeah.
wonder if that
Well,
causes the
the
issue.
downside about that is the cost of power. Those things definitely just hog electricity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, trust me.
Yep.
This thing's a beast when it comes to like power for a console for a
Hmm.
computer for myself. It
Yeah.
was on sale too, so I got about $1,000 off the computer.
Excuses, excuses. You would have bought it anyways.
I probably would have. Second was not is nice. They had one left, and I was super excited about it.
Hmm.
This thing has more like 2-3 times more power than my old computer did, and
Yeah.
it plays every game that I have on max settings.
It doesn't run like a potato.
It doesn't run like a potato, except the instances that it freezes for like 3 seconds.
Which can be detrimental in an online game. You're like, no, 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 no,
Yeah, but
as you catch a grenade to the face.
again, if I have give my computer time to like turn off and everything for a while,
Hmm.
it's fine. It doesn't do it for a while, but
Huh, weird.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe start trying to shut it off more often.
I really do need to. I'll probably do that after we're done with the stream for at least.
Yeah.
But it's no, the computer itself is nice, and which makes me want to get into more games that are involved on my computer. That's why I bought the computer.
Yeah.
But then I'm sitting here like, man, I suck with mouse and keyboard.
Oh, you'll get better. It just takes practice. Or get games where you can play with the controller and get owned by everybody else who's using mouse and
It's
keyboard.
like the reason I would want to play on the PC is to not have to get owned.
So I'm not very good. I'm not the best. I've gotten better. So the problem I have is trying to hit all the extra keys and stuff on the keyboard. So what I got is like a gamepad, the Razer one. I forget what it's called. I actually have it right here. The Orb Weaver. So I can use that for my like WASD stuff. And then I have a MMO mouse that has like the 12 buttons on the side, and that really helps for me because then I don't really have to hop around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it kind of frees up some of my brain real estate because I don't got the most processing power up there. I can handle about one, maybe two if I'm pushing at things at the same time, and you already got that covered with the WASD and the mouse.
Yeah, I know my mouse just has like the 2 buttons on the side. And when
Nah, man, you need to get yourself a gaming mouse.
I do, I know
Costs a
that.
small fortune, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, but I noticed when I'm playing games, it's like I play Destiny, I'll have to specifically put those as like certain things because it's like my left hand ain't gonna be able to reach over to 9 when I'm trying to walk forward
Yeah.
with W too well. So it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a better mouse eventually, so
Yep.
that isn't a problem anymore.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I want to set up like a podcast gaming thing too. I think it's going to be more of a kind of like relaxed kind of games that you can play and talk during the same time, and just get it set up for like a once a week for an hour or two, maybe 3 at the most window, and try and get like a dedicated crew to do that. Maybe that'll be my thing.
so just
Nothing,
heads up,
nothing that takes too much effort.
there's a video games that you don't want to play in those are first-person shooters.
Yeah, which aren't
They
my
make
big
it
ones either.
hard.
So
Yeah, I say
yeah.
I know a lot of people were getting on me when I was just playing games. Like, does he not read the chat? I'm like, I try to, but
Yeah.
don't you see? I'm
Yeah.
literally in a firefight with someone. I can't just turn my head and read a message
Oh yeah,
when I'm in the
absolutely.
middle
That's
of a
why.
firefight.
Yeah, I plan on trying to pick out some games where it takes like minimal brain power, so you can kind of just like put it in the back of your mind, play, and still just carry on conversations with people and chat if need be.
Yeah, that's the best way to probably do it. It's just the minimalistic game style. I'm looking at my games I play, and I'm sitting here like, well, Fortnite's not that one. Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, Overwatch, Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto
No, you
and
need some
Ark are
different
probably the
games.
two easiest ones to actually probably stream
Yeah.
and pay it and have stuff to talk to people. Those are probably the easiest ones I have on my whole PlayStation right now. Ark
Oh
is
man,
definitely
you need some
easy.
like ultimate chicken horse or whatever it was
Yeah,
called.
sorry, I have that. It's over here.
Yeah, see, I'll get that. We'll play some of that.
That's actually really fun. It's
But
great.
yeah, I'll let you know when I try and get that together. Hopefully, you can actually get going with the panel and everything in YomaCon, and I'll join you because that's in what,
They actually
October-ish, right?
released the dates for when YomaCon 2020 would be. They did it the
Well,
day after YomaCon, which is nice because they typically don't do that.
yeah, which I should be able to go. I'll set up some vacation time and everything. I should be able to take it around then, and I'll come up there. I'll go. Hopefully, you have a panel and we can,
Yeah, let me see.
entertain some people.
Yeah,
You need to come up with the clever name.
I mean, if we're gonna be doing a podcast, it'll probably be something with that. October 29th through November
Raen'd.
1st is when that would be next year. And they're starting at
All
5
right.
p.m. again. Cool. They're starting at an hour. They started at an hour earlier than before, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you can buy your tickets already? Damn. Can you buy platinum
And
tickets
Andrew
already?
goes off to buy his tickets for YomaCon.
Nope, you can't buy the good tickets yet, so not buying those.
Yeah. All right, buddy. So it's the top of the hour. Are we calling it quits?
Yeah,
What's your plan here?
We'll end up calling it quits here. So, is there anything that you want to announce for your channel or anything at this point? Because that's what we'll end the streams, the podcast with more of like announcements, like if you're doing something throughout like the time.
All right. I guess all I gotta say is people look out for me. That's Binary Fate on Twitch. Hopefully, I'll be updating it soon. Getting the fancy icons and everything. I can't promise any set schedule yet. If anything, I won't be playing too much alone. It'll be more of a with friends, hanging out kind of thing. Try and get a community going. So I'll keep you guys all updated on that, and hopefully I'll be seeing you all around.
All right, and now for me, I have a little bit more of an explanation and then an announcement. Basically, anyone who's been watching my channel or is subscribed to me might notice that I haven't done much within the last 2 weeks. I've been trying to adjust to more life events, like getting a new job. YomaCon was not that long ago. I went to that, so I didn't really get a stream or anything during that time. So expect more regular types of streams and stuff coming back soon. It'll, maybe not this weekend, but I'm hoping starting Monday I'll be able to get back to my usual daily type of streams. Hopefully have some better content because I know that the new Pokemon game's coming out, and so I'll be getting that. So keep an eye out for that. And my main announcement I got for this one is tomorrow, which is Friday, November the 15th, I am going to try, and I'm going to quote on this one again because I failed the last time. I'm going to try to do a 24-hour live stream. So
A
anyone
24-hour live stream, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
which day was that again?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes. So after I get off
Man.
work, I'm going to fall asleep, and the stream itself is probably going to start around 6 p.m. or between 6 and 7 p.m. starting tomorrow. So anyone who's wanting to check that out, definitely come and check that out because you're going to see me struggle, and
Yeah.
hopefully nothing happens like it did the last time I tried a 24-hour stream and I get blocked worldwide.
Really? That's interesting that happened.
It was nothing on my fault. It was literally I streamed Call of Duty playing zombies, and the intro cutscene got my entire stream taken down.
Well, yeah. Sometimes that happens. Well, hopefully if you're not too busy, I'll jump in and jump in for an hour or two, see what you're playing, and maybe play some games with you.
Sounds good to me. But guys, that's going to be the end of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to follow Michael on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube, and if you can, I don't even know if Twitch has it, but like each one of them.
Yep. This has been Raen'd, guys. It's
Yep.
been good talking to you.
See you guys